What I thought was so interesting about this conversation that didn't really get into any of the stuff that I felt was relevant was Whitney Webb saying it's not a valuable conversation and we shouldn't be wasting the airspace, which for me clinched that show that you and I did where you were so super suspicious about Whitney, and we had many people in the comment section ripping us for just being jealous and catty backbiting bitches, and I'm like, how about you actually watch the show?
Right? Like, so yes, I have a lot of questions about Whitney Webb, and the questions with all of the people, like not all of them, some of them we don't have questions about, but like, right, when we're wondering if someone is controlled, he sees things maybe more broadly, and it's that like it doesn't really matter if we ever get all the way to the truth as long as we get out of like complete and total criminality.
You have an agenda, you have a goal, so you're gonna weed out anything that doesn't fulfill that.
Or whether they're the people in quote unquote positions of power who not doing any trusting of people in power, but other people are still trying to decide who to put their weight behind. What are the kinds of conversations that need to be had?
When they're telling me what I'm supposed to be talking about, what I'm supposed to be focusing on, this is bad for the movement and I know best, so I'm telling you you're not allowed to fucking talk. She didn't say fuck.
If someone qualifies something by saying, this is my personal opinion, but everyone can do what they want, then it's different than being like, people shouldn't do this. I'm trying to understand like the deeper, more symbolic meaning, the same way you would analyze a dream.
But I feel like someone was showing you, I don't know if you were also picked for this, but that you were going to be orbiting the same sort of sphere or narrative and staying in your lanes, and you're doing your thing and his doing his thing. My sense is you were tapping into the future. It feels like, I mean, what were the purpose of these hearings that he was speaking at? What was that clown show even about?
So the church committee is where like the MK Ultra thing was revealed in the 70s. That whole scenario was the revelation of Operation Mockingbird. But he does have a similar kind of interesting background that you have, that I have, in terms of how many lives have we lived to do.
That was actually what was sticking out for me, because, and granted, I don't know him very well, but he does seem to be a well-meaning, ethical journalist who's good at his job, and how he's being attacked and lambasted right now seems particularly like unfair, and like, was he set up to take this abuse?
And when he was supposed to like speak at like some festival or some event about that, suddenly there was like a Me Too allegation against him from a book he had written in 2000 about his time in Russia that was like a satire and whatever, and so they like tried to Me Too him so he couldn't speak at this against the police violence. It was very weird, right? It's just kind of